Morning everybody, it's Chris from Serene Education with the 4 majors and that's update for the 12th of September 2012. Hi guys, it's going to be going with 4 majors and I'm just opening up the euro against US dollar chart and just looking at my data I'm getting on Metastock here, and it seems to be irregular. Happens time to time, but you can see yesterday's trading range according to Metastock is flat, where in actual fact we actually did have movement to the upside. This morning we're showing on the daily that we're trading above this institution moving average, which is above the 12,800. Let's have a look at the 4-hour chart, and that is confirmed. Yesterday we saw a bit of movement to the upside yesterday afternoon and pulling back and then subsequently bouncing higher and taking us above that 1280, which happens to be that prior support and resistance level on our daily time frame. How you can quite clearly see here back in May, I think it was, consolidation May, after that first initial sell off we had a little consolidation move, and that Friday's close happened at the institution moving average, which coincided with that price support and resistance at the 800 now. So now we are trading above that all important 800. Price needs to stay above it, also stays above that institution moving average, and we should see price kicking on to the upside. One thing to note today, guys, is we have the all important ruling that's coming out of Germany, German court this morning, relating to the ECM, the Constitutional Court announcing ECM ruling this morning. Very, very important. Please be aware of it. 9 a.m. GMT this morning. It's something that's definitely going to be of significance for Eurozone. It's very, very important. So be aware of it. Look it up. And if you are not trading or you're not in any trade, I'd suggest you stand aside for this morning and see how things pan out. We should get a definite answer this morning relating to this ECM meeting or ruling. Okay, so stays above 800. We need to see price staying above 800 for us to continue to kick to the upside. Euro looking good, strong, healthy. Weekly, let's have a look at the weekly so far. Bullish engulfing last week, really taking us above these price support and resistance levels here at our 12,700-ish mark. So now, if all goes well, we should be heading up towards the 50-period moving average, which coincides with the underside of this here price support and resistance level here, noticeably through February, March, April, May, June, or May of this year in particular. A lot of consolidation in this area here, 1300, and that will coincide nicely now with our 50-period moving average. So as it stands now, we should be targeting higher on our daily towards that 1300, which happens to be that major support and resistance level in the past. So as long as those figures come out really great this morning, we could see price really moving with momentum to the upside. The CTC is definitely giving us all the signals to go long. It's just that we have to be aware of this major news announcement that's coming out regarding the ECM ruling. So be aware of it, guys. Sterling is the next pair. Let's have a look at the weekly. Yeah, moving higher. A lot of momentum over the past couple of weeks. Really pushing. The moment we got above this 1575, we just literally seen price moving away quite significantly. A lot of price, the moving average in particular, really not going anywhere. All above the price as we went in this 1575. A lot of squeezing momentum through here, and then we had this nice little pop-up. Price would maintain a found support and then built on that. By the end of the week we were higher, and last week in particular really taking that momentum to the upside, driving towards that 1600, which happens to be that major support and resistance level on this weekly time frame, and pushing higher from that. So now what's happening is we're moving into this consolidator range, this intermediate, major downtrend. But the one thing we need to be aware of is the fact that we are trading well above the institution moving average now. Next port of call, if we can get above this little consolidation here, this consolidation area here, trend, you can see where price is testing right now at the 1600, is to find consolidation above here, and then ultimately we should be targeting this first port of call here, the previous support and resistance level here in the shape of the 16300 mark, this little consolidation here, back up towards these ones over here, around about the 1666, but ultimately back up towards this fib retracement area here, which brings us back towards about the 16800 mark. I've taken the high over here that we saw in 2008 to the low here in 2009, and fib retracement, and you can see clearly how price has stopped or plotted its way along these fib retracement areas, and doing so quite nicely. You can see here in particular 38.2, a lot of consolidation in and around this area here, noticeably support, further support, resistance, further support and resistance here. Support, resistance, very major one. Very noticeable major support and resistance level at 1600, and a break above that you can quite clearly see here at the 50% retracement area here. Noticeable resistance, consolidation at these points, roughly just under the 16800. So ultimately our target would be the 16800 long term for this pair, but if we can look short term, look towards the 16300 mark near term to see if we can get above that. But all importantly, be aware of the news announcement 9 a.m. this morning GMT on the ECM announcements, guys. If you look at the daily time frame, you take the high in May to the low in June, you can see that the 78.6 price moving into this area and consolidating. Break above this and find support, then we should be targeting that all important 16300 above. CTC's in our favor, all the moving average below price. Everything's looking very, very strong for this pair to the upside. We will just need to be well aware of the news announcement this morning. So if you're not in any trades this morning, please wait, be patient, rather give this morning away to the market, because we have that all important news announcement this morning relating to the ECM ruling that's coming out of German courts this morning. Very, very important news. Next up is US dollar Swiss franc. Let's have a look at this on the weekly. Very falling noticeably very quickly after running into this major support and resistance level at the 1000 that we had back in July. First time now on our weekly, you can see that the CTC is now starting to go red. This week's looking very bearish. If we had it closed lower, it looks like potentially price moving towards that all important 9300 here, back towards the 50 period moving average on this time frame. So if we look at the daily now, just have a look over here, you can see quite clearly the CTC is very much negative, and you can see that the intermediate trend on this particular pair is very much in favor to the downside. We had a bit of consolidation, but yesterday's candle moving lower and breaking, closing lower than an all important institution moving average. Now it's below that 940. As I mentioned, we should be targeting 940. Now it's below 940. We should see a bit of consolidation. We have some news this morning. You can see where price is consolidating as we speak at this little pullback area that we had in mid-May after it's moved to the upside. Getting closed lower than that, roughly around the 930, we should be targeting the all-important downside with areas such as in the 930 area, roughly around here at 930. Nice little consolidation area here, which is the, if you look at the weekly, I've taken a projection from this bearish engulfing candle here to the bounce, this little consolidation here, back up towards this area over here in August. So you take projection, so I'm projecting from the top of this candle to this bullish candle here, this little this consolidation bullish candle here, to the upside of this move to the downside. You can see 100%, which took us back towards this area here, has now been reached. So this is 100% of that initial move. Now we've broken lower, so 161.8 would be our next target, back towards the 50 period moving average here at 93200 mark. So on our daily, the 93200 would be our next target, which is not too far from where we are trading right now in terms of this consolidation. So we could see a consolidation area taking place here at the moment. CTC, everything's in our favor for downside, all the moving averages including all above price acting as resistance, and more importantly the institution moving average is above it as we speak now. So as long as it stays below the institution moving average, then we should see price kicking down to the downside. However, we could see that meeting or the ruling coming out of German court this morning relating to the ECM mechanism probably being a part of what's going to happen next. So here again, as I mentioned on the first two, please be vigilant this morning. Rather give today or this morning away to the market, primarily because you're going to see a lot of speculative trading this morning. Price is just going to go sideways, not really doing much before. So we'll wait for the news announcement to come out, and then we'll see exactly what price is doing to give us an idea of what's likely to occur for the remainder of this week. On to the last pair of today is the US dollar Japanese yen. Here's the daily. You can quite clearly see after that massive move from February all the way up to the high in March, price has just been pretty much falling since then. The CTC is very much negative, and along the way after this pullback, you can see price pretty much ranging between 80 and 78 for so long. We wanted to see a major break below, or we wanted to close below this major support and resistance level. We had 78, and we got it yesterday. After the previous day's indecisive candle, we wanted a decision, and price has been sitting or finding support above the 78 for so long. The likelihood was either going to have a bounce, or we wanted to see a break and close lower. We've got the break and close lower. The CTC is in our favor now. It's still trading below all the moving averages, including the institution moving average. The intermediate trend is still looking negative. You can see we're still making lower lows. So everything as it stands now is looking negative. We've broken a major support and resistance level, guys. This constitutes to a major event, primarily because you can see through June, July, in particular in August, finding a lot of support. Now we've broken this major support area. We could likely still be falling to the downside now, with ultimately back down towards 76 being our likely target. If you look at where 76 is, you can see we spent August, September, October, November, December, and January trading in this range for so long, and a lot of support through here and a lot of resistance above it. So 78 now being broken. You can see today on this morning in the Asian session, consolidating at the underside of 78. So as long as it remains below 78 now, finds resistance, then price is going to push on lower towards that all-important 76 down below, back into this consolidative long-term consolidative range. And you can see the CTC very much negative on either side. One or two blue areas, but these blues coming against market direction. So there was no trade setups on those particular time frames. So now we've broken a major support and resistance level. We should be looking at consolidation. If you're looking for an entry, look for an entry below at the close of yesterday's candle, or the low of yesterday's candle here at 77.71. Nice close below that, and then we should be targeting 76 for the foreseeable future. That's it, guys. Have a fantastic trading day. Please be aware, don't trade this morning if you can. If you are any trades, just keep your stops nice and tight, because we might see a lot of volatility because of that ruling coming out of German courts relating to the ECM mechanism result. So very, very important this morning. Rather give this morning away to the market. Just stand back, let it happen. Let the markets take it in and see if it comes out with any positive or negative sentiment movement, and then we'll trade that movement in either direction. Okay, otherwise, I'll see you first thing tomorrow. Keep it simple. Back it up with sound money management, guys. Trade serenely.